Yes, sir. We are back with another banger, guys. Listen, just bringing in a little synopsis and, like I said, the game plan for how I expect to play this. As everybody should know by now, 8 AMC conversion is underway. The biggest fraud in history has been able to play, and as we can see, companies are playing, and we think these are big institutions that had that massive sell-off. But it's just like I said, we were all talking about how it's mighty ironic how they've had to play under full suppression this entire time. We come out Friday, and I was a little bit taken aback that we were running on Friday because I had expectations for it to start doing a little uptick or rebound for what happened next week, as they were kind of disguising the play in with the market volatility and they were suppressing it. But I just, it's a testament to show that, one, this is always going to be a battle between us and them, and depending on where you stand, how you believe, or if you think that the conversion's right or not, you can say if the conversion was something good, why is AMC down, right? And why is APE up? You got to come back and say, it makes you ask questions. Well, how is it that information just so happens to have dropped? Nobody knew anything, but perfectly ironically, the play runs up to $5.30, where you can sell at a high before being dumped down as though the word was already out to big institutions of Wall Street. Here we are shocked. They dropped this news Friday after hours when people are at work at 3 p.m. of all the days you could have chose. So like I said, what we're going to be doing in this video is, one, kind of doing a little overview, obviously leaving off of where we were, our threshold list, short interest, and then kind of like my expectations. Should be a little quick video, and then we'll watch a clip from Sam Bankman-Fried, which is just a testament to how it's funny when money's stolen from big money. Or you going to jail. Don't pay your taxes for 1 year and see how they get on your back. Don't pay your taxes for 2 years, see how quickly they try to go and put you in jail or try to get an account. But when it's coming to them stealing from retailers, stealing for the individual investor, you can't be seen. 34 days on the threshold securities list. But, couldn't see that. Gary Gibbs could be trying to put his finger in the crypto markets, but you can't put your fingers over. It's supposed to be a fair market, everything like that. But like I said, let's double tap down here and go over what's going down. As everybody knows, we had a massive sell-off up on the news. The height of it was around 30%. It kind of rebounded a little bit to 25%. Negative. AMC dropping down to $3.90 from a $5.30 or $5.26 close. While at the same time, ironically, you got APE. Where's my APE at? APE went up at a height, I think around like 29-30%, closed around 23% up at $2.19. Everybody should know, and this is how I'm addressing this, is why I'm coming up here again, dropping a video on the game plan and how I said in the last video, I had money on the sidelines. I deleveraged a year and 8 months ago down to a number to where it wouldn't destroy my portfolio, so I could diamond hand. But I've also had dry powder sitting aside for this, which I've always said, the arbitrage. Now, speaking with the family, this was noted and to be addressed. Playing this play now, guys, is about to get very volatile and very dangerous. If you're going to be playing this, if you're doing more than just holding, like I said, I'm the type of person where after being in this play for 3 years, I've evolved as a trader. I'm making my money out of this regardless. And it should be noted that, guys, don't feel like, oh, it's over. Hey, guys, this is what the channel was founded for. We're about to stack that bag. This is the pivotal point of why I've been screaming 80% of your portfolio should be in those long-term high price and power companies. Tesla, NVDA, Microsoft, Apple, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. There's money to be made in the market, but we all knew that this was on the edge of it. For them to sit up there and be able to hold this play fraudulently all the way through duration, you have the conversion denied. We get a shoot up to what was it? Did that run up to around like $6 or $7, and then comes all the way back down up under the same suppression? That in my head already cued in. I was like, we all knew this play was bigger than a market. This is the market killer. The fact that Gary Gibbs and everybody wasn't paying attention was just a testament every single day to me in the back of my head, and why every single day I preach that you need to put some tech in your tech so you can get a little techy. Doubt on Yacht money is going to come from these long terms. It's going to come from XRP. And let's get down to it as far as going over the numbers so we can kind of talk about what my game plan is, how I'm addressing this. One, as everybody knows, just leaving off, we don't know how long this is going to last, but AMC 34 days on threshold list confirmed as of yesterday. Obviously, as everybody knows, it's not going to be reported over the weekend. A threshold list might still climb, but like I said, now all of this stuff is irrelevant. With them having the conversion over the horizon, no numbers matter because they're going to be able to dilute and change all these factors, these numbers. So we're still going over, but like I said, this all is irrelevant now. This is what they were pushing for. Coming in, we left off as of Friday. We're going to see how things change on Monday. Short interest. Notice how short interest was at 30% on Thursday. Coming into Friday, it was at 27.49%, almost as though there was something that was known in the background. Now, again, we can all this all just hearsay. We can't ever necessarily prove it, but once I go back and look at how everything was moving on Friday, you cannot tell me, and I will not be convinced that they got information at the same time we got the information. This was already known. Days to cover sitting at 8.4. Cost to borrow was at 253%. Utilization at 81.99. Like I said, we expect those numbers to be skewed coming in to next week and going on forward. There's talks about that we'll have 10 days before anything happens. We hope for that, but like I said, guys, everybody needs to come with a game plan of what you're going to do, how you're holding, what you're holding. If you're playing arbitrage, what your expectations are. Because like I said, I don't expect them to let the thing go on for 10 days. Realistically, AA dropped this news, and this all came in a form of fashion to where nobody could really respond. The masses were at work 3 p.m. as market closes. Right as market closes, somehow this comes out. That, you know, if there was something to point out fraud, I say that's the most diabolical thing that could have occurred. Like I said, you could have done this Monday, giving people a 5-day span to kind of figure out what the market's going to do, how we're going to move. But now we've got all this crazy going on over the weekend. Everybody's going to be panicking. Everybody knows what's going on. And come Monday, you're going to have either one, massive sell-offs from the retail, which will now have the chance to actually set up. Those that did have stop losses got screwed because it's happened over after hours. All of this is diabolical. We had, what is this here? We had 35 million traded on AMC and after hours, 38 million traded on APE and after hours, almost something like an hour after things closed down, which lets you know that this entire time, which we've already known, they were shooting everything and all buy orders and all not sell orders, all buy orders to the dark pool. And it's funny how quickly and how egregiously they can pull that out of the dark pool and utilize it for what they wanted to. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be playing this arbitrage play because I'm making my money out of this irregardless. But like I said, this marks the last stock besides my long terms that are like high price and power stocks, which is totally different comparable from meme stocks and swing trades and day trades, that I will ever be diamond handing. Like I said, you know, this is a learning lesson. This isn't a loss. I heard some people was like, I feel so dumb. Guys, we beat them 50 times over. This is literally a testament to the fact of the matter of this wasn't like, oh, y'all were lost and y'all were wrong. No. How right were we? We were so right that even the SEC had to turn a blind eye. 34 days on the threshold list doesn't happen. 40, 50, 60 million failed to live doesn't happen because we were just ironically in the wrong place. The stock doesn't sit at $4.90 while other stocks and sectors up 150% off of the same sales and box office because we were wrong. So everybody should know this is only the beginning. I don't want anybody to feel down. Like I said, welcome to the market. If you're the type of person where you've been scared off of the market, hey, I understand, but understand this is the biggest, greatest wealth generational transfer current and the greatest generator of wealth besides real estate. But both of these are in tandem, real estate and investing. So like, one thing that I see it imperative is that nobody take this to be like I'm never going to be in the markets. No, you'll learn a lesson. One is called don't fight the tape. Two is called meme stocks are what they're going to be, which is meme stocks. You don't hold them. You don't put everything into them. And like I said, I was I did the same thing when I first came, but like I said, about a year and 8 months ago, I deleveraged and built out a portfolio and put something stable to where because I realized I said, the amount of fraud that's going on, the amount of syntax they created, there's no way that they could have just let this occur. They couldn't let the MOAS happen because it would destroy the market. These hedge funds would go on. Terra would be under. Citadel would be under. All these hedge funds would be destroyed by this. So I knew inevitably they were going to allow this. When I saw that Gary Gensler was never going to come, hey, that just put that inkling in the back of my head, which is why I create a channel. And every single video, if y'all go through it, you'll see me screaming the same thing. 80% of your money should be in long term. You should be 10 to 20% of your money in these, which I use Webull, to be able to do your day trades, swing trades, and meme stock things. You shouldn't have more than that just because of this simple fact. You don't need that much money in meme stock. If you got $2,000 in meme stocks, that $2,000 can turn to $20,000 quick. So you don't need to put $20,000 in there for the aim of hitting $1 million because, like I said, the risk to reward ratio of this is never going to be something that's going to equal out. put it on through with something good that came from Inspect AMC Biggins. But this is people going, why did AMC go down on news while after our traders, mainly institutions, which incorporates that even further the fact that the only people that were blindsided in this, as usual, was retail. I don't care what anybody says. They had this information yesterday. They had this information at the beginning of Friday, and they had the plan for this. But continuing down, let's see here. Well, after hours traders are mainly institutions. If they see the R play coming, they could have switched from AMC 8 before retail could make move Monday. That is also why 8 went up about the same percentage. Their only goal is to make money. And like I said, we've already discussed that, but I just want everybody to understand I'm playing arbitrage. People were asking our family down in the comments, what they should do. Here's what I would do in the situation. I can't, like I said, not financial advice. One, come Monday, you need to, realistically over this weekend, you need to be formatting playing. You need to go look at your shares, how much money you have invested, how much do you want to hold? Because like I said, there's going to be a point where there's possible lockouts. If this thing goes like COSM or GTI, there's going to be points where you might not be able to sell your stock or pick up stock or buy stock. So like I said, if you're going through this conversion, understand there's a possibility of you having a time frame where you're not able to control your shares. You need to take this time to say, all right, come Monday, I want this amount of money. And then people, with whatever money you draw out, heavily recommend XRP. You want your gains? The thing that's going to pay you 10,000 times fold more money than what you expected is XRP at 60 cents. Like I said, you should have been at 30 cents, but like I said, the time isn't too late now because like I said, once XRP hits that $1, $1.50 range, it's out of there. And it's not going to be like a slow, as everybody saw with that news when they beat the court case, how we went from 30 to 80 bucks, which the all-time high was around 92, right? You've got to note this is going to be a fast move. That is a pure option. Moving to the stock market, moving to the crypto market, the stock market 2.0. These are the things that are going to stop the ability of synthetics because you have blockchain technology. So I always highly recommend if you're looking for a move or how you're going to address your money and move your money, the crypto sector now is the time more than ever. Like I said, we know that we have that 10-day span or whatever. But like I said, with that conversion, AMC is going to be a different place. Same with how GME is. We have one of our family members who was like, GME still the same, which like I said, anything can happen, but GameStop now moves more so like a traditional stock. And you can see that with all these companies that have these reverse splits magically when all shares are run out, when you're at the prime of bubbling with the prime of pressure, it changes the dynamic. There's no longer the pressure of holding back. They're going to have millions upon hundreds of millions of shares created from these apes that are going to allow them to take the pressure off. We're going to see some of these failed livers close down as the prices change. Also, they're going to be money made when they caught money selling off AMC. There's going to be a run up in ape as this goes on. So that's why I'm playing arbitrage trade. They're going to make money on that. And then through that conversion, a symbol to having more money. I do truly expect there to be a price movement at AMC. But like I said, guys, the days of 1,000 and 2,000 and 500, those days are gone. Realistically, AMC, within a 1 to 2 year horizon, I expect that obviously rise back up to that $40, $50 range. If Cinemark is up 150% up at 18, 20 bucks, Cinemark isn't even half the size of what AMC is. So in my mind, just doing quick maths, I would say the price of AMC should be double what Cinemark is. So like I said, long term, if you are like, hey, I'm holding this, which I said, I'm diamond handing my shares, regardless that I have AMC, because I do know one, there's going to be the price is going to go above $3. I'm just not selling at $3.90. I refuse to. But that's my scale of how I'm playing it. Then doubling down, taking some of that money to crypto markets, XRP, highly recommended. Bitcoin, highly recommended. Ethereum, XLM, XDC. There's money to be made, and the time is now. Look at this as not the glass half empty, but half full for you to go ahead and take that push to go in and put those money into things that are going to actually generate you wealth. Tesla, NVDA, Microsoft, Amazon. The long-term portfolio will start beating. You should use about 30%, 40% of your money and put it in VTI. Start building that foundation, the ETF, right, to have exposure so you can start this thing. My long-term portfolio is up 100 and something percent from the beginning of this year. So like I said, there's money to be made, but that's my game plan. I also want to hear what everybody else is planning, but I want to put this out because I had a lot of people there in the comments asking, yo, what should I do? What should be the move? That's how I would play it. Because like I said, this is one battle in the long term. Understand, this is not, we didn't lose. Retail's here to stay. Welcome in. This is one battle in the war, and understand that they will not win this war. They're having to account for it, but they had to annihilate this beast. This was the thorn in their back, and Gary Gensler turned his back on it for that simple fact. Gary Gensler probably took a look at this and knew that there was nothing that he could necessarily do as far as if he did come in and say, all right, let's do this. You would probably see companies like, which again, another pivotal fact that people didn't know is that these hedge funds that are investing this money are holding treasury money. So even a step above just us trading versus them, the government's money was being used by these hedge funds to suppress this. They're not about to let the government go down and hedge funds go down behind the stupid trades they made. So that's what allowed this fraud to go on. But it's just mighty compelling how all this played out. And I want this to always be a testament to everybody to know, hey, listen, do not forget, this is stock market. This is a dog-eat-dog world, and do not ever for one day think that it's, especially if you're in these high volatility, high risk plays, that your CEO cares. I don't care how they come out, same how they did with COSM. You're like, oh yeah, they're with us. Screwed. GTI, they're with us. Screwed. It's a known factor of how they're playing these with these reverse splits. You hear CL coming out, and I'm putting all this down. You should automatically now take this as a learn and say, okay, wait a minute. Where's his money at? Where is it? Where is he putting his money where his mouth is? How are they moving? If they say, oh yeah, we're getting a share count and it doesn't come out, you need to go ahead and start addressing and trading these. Like I said, these are not long-term. Meme stocks will never be a diamond hand from me again. Like I said, I already had moved from that, but this is my last one that I was holding just for the simple fact of, one, I felt a duty to it, and then also I had to see it through. I didn't come into something for 3 years, and like I said, I would do it all over again because the amount that I've learned from being in this play is, I couldn't take that back. I got 10 years of trading experience in 3 years. 10 out of 10 would do again, but also I was able to come to reality to have expectations a while back before this right here, because like I said, I wasn't about to just blow up my account. And if your account is getting blown up, guys, understand this is not the time to quit. Learn your lessons. You're paying your tuition. You're one trade away. Get back on that horse. Get prepared. We're not going to sit around. It's not a channel. We're going to, we're going to give you answers, ways, movements. And like I said, we're going to continue to bring bangers. Breaking these clips down. We're going to be talking about XRP and videos. We'll be talking about other stocks. We're talking about Tesla, NVIDIA. There's plenty of money to make. And like I said, I'm here with y'all guys. You're not alone. You're not going to be left alone. I'm not going to be one of those people that like trades is going to disappear on you and things like this. We're here to stay. We're here to make money. This is the money mafia. But like I said, we're a little bit out of order. But we're just going to tap down into this video and close this out. But I just want to play this because I just want to testament to how quickly, when it's stealing from the government, somebody can be dealt with. But now when the government or somebody else is stealing from us, oh, hey, listen, we don't know. We can't see. I'm just saying. Let's get down to it. Yeah.
FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried just arriving at a New York City courthouse with his freedom on the line. Securities attorney and Northwestern adjunct law professor Andrew Stoltmann joins us now. Andrew, it's great to have you on a day where Sam Bankman-Fried is in court yet again. This case has had so many different twists and turns, but my understanding...
And for everybody, in my personal opinion, this could be wrong. They could be actually, prosecute this man, but much like the orchestration of AMC, I hope everybody knows this man ain't going nowhere. Donating hundreds of $1 millions to the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, big money invested in there. This man isn't going anywhere.
Here today is they're
doing a charade for the people,
will decide whether
but I don't
or
think they're
not
locking this man up.
Waits his time before trial behind bars, as opposed to the way he's been sort of under lock and key.
That's exactly it. And, I think Judge Kaplan's going to throw the book at him. He probably never should have been granted bail in the first place, given it's a $1.8 billion fraud, and he faces 200 years in prison if convicted. But now we have a pattern, an alleged pattern of abusing the terms of bail, including communicating with witnesses, using a private server, and now planning information with the New York Times to try to discredit the most important witness in the case, Carolyn Ellison. I don't think it's going to be a good day for SBF.
Andrew, I'm not a lawyer, but this whole witness tampering thing is crazy to me. I mean, he is like blatant.
Mark on those key words now, guys. The guy was witness tampering, having illegal conversations. Notice how he went and tapped in with that media to do what? To start discrediting witnesses. We went over this channel with Charles Payne about how how people are in the media's pockets and they shoot off and send false information. But look at how this man is allowed to do this, and we're doing court hearings and all this and that, right? It's ironic.
About trying
It's
to
funny
tamper
how
with
big money
anybody
moves.
who might testify in this case. I mean, so maybe they say, well, because of that, you've got your bail is revoked. But are there more penalties for something like that beyond the bail situation? Because it just seems like completely insane what he's trying to do.
No, other than revoking his bail, his bond, I think that that's going to be what Judge Kaplan does today. And what's so crazy is that every time he gets caught violating the terms of his bail, he basically says, gee, I didn't understand any better. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. But we're talking about a guy with an MIT degree in mathematics and physics. He doesn't get the old, gee, I'm just a dumb crypto bro. I don't know any better. It's going to be a bad day for him, I think.
I'm desperate for your broader securities analysis as an attorney. A lot of people have said, you know what, Gary Gensler's not going to be the head of the SEC forever. Is this just a waiting game until you get a new sheriff in town who maybe rules more favorably when we're thinking about sort of broader crypto adoption and easier regulation?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. I think there are a whole bunch of crypto executives out there that are on their hands and knees praying that a Ron DeSantis or Donald Trump or any of the Republican candidates get into office, because there will be a new SEC chief, and I expect a big difference in opinion as to how that new regime will fare towards crypto assets.
If Judge Kaplan wants to ensure that he doesn't do any more witness tampering, I mean, he's been under house arrest. And so while there have been rules, he's broken some of those rules, as we know. If she does put him behind bars, that would be one surefire way to say you're not going to do it anymore.
That's it. I mean, how many chances does this defendant get? And again, I keep coming back to, it's such a large fraud. He faces so much time in prison if convicted. He has every incentive to either flee or to tamper with witnesses. So at some point, Judge Kaplan is going to say, this is it. I think he gets revoked today.
Andrew, the more bizarre this case gets and how he's handling it, the more I start to think it has a limited effect on the broader industry. Do you see that, or do you see what's coming out of this being really instrumental in terms of how, whoever ends up heading the SEC next regulates crypto going forward?
I think this is all part of the shakeout in the crypto industry. I think very long jail sentences are coming for a number of senior executives at firms like FTX and other similar related parties. And I think you just have to...
You need one for AA.
Get these bad actors out of the business. Crypto has a role. It's important, but now it needs to be cleaned up. And I think what federal prosecutors are trying...
I want everybody to key in on it. Like I said, guys, the time is now to start the game plan. XRP... If you're talking about Thots on yachts action, big body boats, listen, do as you want to. Like I said, it's not financial advice, but if you wanted your gains from AMC, 60 cents, I give us consideration. Click the link in the description. We got the Ballot wallet, which is the wallet I've been recommending. Now everybody's trying to turn. They're like, oh, it does. It's a full cold storage wallet with your passphrase, your passkey on it. Until you bring those both online with Ballot, it's completely offline. There's nobody that can walk around. There's really no need for a Faraday bag. You still should probably get one just to be extra safe, but there's no way to scan it. It's a real cold storage. Like I said, in go description, get 5% off. It's $30. There's no excuse for you to not be moved to these markets if you haven't already. And not if you don't have it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. You can play around with these exchanges if you want to. But like I said, you should have learned these lessons by now.
To do is to send a message, a prophylactic deterrent message to other folks who are contemplating doing the same thing to not do it.
Well, it seems like the one guy who doesn't get that message is Sam Bankman-Fried, but we'll see. Maybe behind bars he'll get it. We got to leave it there, Andrew. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, fam, we're going to get this edited up and get this shot out. But like I said, guys, everybody, that's my game plan for it. As of right now, I plan to play that arbitrage. I don't recommend that for everybody. You got to understand that now we're in the Wild West. This volatility is going to come Monday. You need to have plan. You should not be taking this 2-day span and just go in with I'll see next week. No, you need to write down and address how you're going to move or what you expect to move. If you're selling, you're selling. If you're buying, you're buying. If you're playing the arbitrage, you're playing the arbitrage. There's no wrong answer, but what we got to do as retail is start moving smarter and more meticulously. I was speaking with one of our family members in chats. All this division as far as we got half of us, and this is why I'm honestly glad this is coming to an end. Because I got tired of the fact that half of us are yes vote, half no vote. Then you got people in the middle that are trading. It's like, we have to unify as a unit and move like a hedge fund. You can't be just so easy swayed and push false narratives, some news, and then go off on, ignoring the facts of the matter. I asked, if this was so good for AMC, why is it down 25% and APE up 25%? If it's so good for AMC. Yes, somebody answer that for me. If you can't answer, you have to go back and sit up and say, okay, maybe this is not that. And then I want you to show me what reverse split for any company's been good. Like I said, we have expectations. I have, that with COSM, you had that crazy run up. We couldn't really trade because there was no shares available. The shares hadn't touched down, but of course, institutions could trade it. But I expect similar patterns that come. There's definitely price move to come, but everybody's be prepared. Come Monday, it's going to kick off. But like I said, guys, much love to y'all. Hey, y'all know I'm here with you. I appreciate y'all. Y'all making a dream come true. And like I said, I'm in this with y'all till the very end. And when I say the very end, I mean the end of time. You hear me? Hey, hold it down. Prepare, breathe, get your information. Hey, and we're going to see what this thing does on Monday. You hear me? But before that, y'all already know what's next, don't you? Yes, sir!